Welcome to Millwood Outdoors. I'm Jeff. Today is Sunday, May 31st, 2026, and I'm up at our cabin, the Millwood Outdoors Northern Outpost. And so this intro that I'm doing is a little bit out of order. I'm actually doing an intro video for a UTV ride we took yesterday. Me and my son and my oldest grandson, we took a ride for about 2.5 hours. We took our 2024 Can-Am Commander and took a ride to the south and made one stop and then a fuel stop on the way home and back again. And like I said, that was about 2.5 hours. I forgot to turn my ride command on, so I can't really show you exactly where the route is, but I'll get a map out and I'll trace out where we went. So we're in northern Oconto County. That's where our cabin is. We got on the trail right here. This is called Engels Lane, and I wouldn't say there isn't a real good place. Like if you were coming up here for the day, this is just a road that's an offshoot of a regular town road. There's not really a good place to drop your trailer and start from here. But anyway, we got on an Engels Lane, and then we followed this diamond roof road all the way around to intersection 75. These black numbers here are intersection numbers. And then we came down Setting Lake Road. And what I really wanted to do was go down this part of Saul Springs and then to Eichhoff and into the town of Doty. And I think what we needed to do probably was turn to the right a little bit. And I'm guessing that goes to the left. Well, anyway, so we ended up turning left at this intersection 78, and that put us out on County T, farther to the north than where I wanted to go, but it still worked out okay. And then we followed County T all the way down here into the town of Doty, past the Doty Firehouse, and then we stopped at Animals Bear Trail and had something to drink. And then we left there, and we came back up again to Star Lake Road. I took Star Lake over and up to Island Lake Road, and then here at this intersection 501, we took this little red trail, which is that's more of it was part gravel and part sand. So then we took this across Highway 32, and then we were on I think it's Thiessen's Road or something like that. So I'll kind of show you on the video, but anyway, we went past our turnoff to get onto the NICOLET State Trail or the railroad grade, and so we ended up on 32 with no real place to go, and so we had to kind of backtrack and then get back on the railroad grade, and then we headed up through Lakewood, and then in Townsend we stopped at the BP station to fuel up, and then back to the cabin from there. So overall, it was a great ride. A little dusty, but most of the UTV rides around here, if you don't have any recent rainfall, they are kind of dusty. So that's kind of the summary of where we went. looks like a blanket, it probably is.
Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the one?
Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yep. I haven't shut it off yet. So after we left the cabin, we headed south, and so I misread the map. We ended up a little farther north coming out a little farther north on County T than I wanted to. So we just had a little bit farther of a ride on paved road. So we're at Animals Bear Trail right now. We're gonna have something to drink, and then we're gonna take off from here.
Hi, I'm Patrick the Rock.
So we're just leaving Animals, and we're gonna head towards Lakewood, and then head north back towards the cabin. So let's hit the trails and get going.
Hi again.
So this is the second wrong turn we took today. So if you look at what I've got circled in red over on the right is a UTV trail sign with an arrow pointing to the right, and then that arrow in the middle of the picture here is pointing at the intersection where we should have turned to the right, and we would have found the railroad grade quite easily. That was my son's idea, but for some reason I was looking at the map, and the way the map is drawn, it looks as though the railroad grade is a left turn off the Thalen Road, and for some reason I was target locked on that, and we just decided to go, well, I decided to go past this intersection, and we ended up going all the way, this kind of weaved around and ended up all the way back up on 32, farther north than where we crossed originally. So I'm going to spare you all that driving on the road, on the paved road, and then we'll just pick this video up where we're turning back onto this little offshoot here, and we'll go right to the railroad grade.
I pointed this out. You said that we needed to go to the left, which we do, but probably after we get up here. So that was 2931.
Yep.
How long is this dust control zone for?
Until you get through town. Is Patrick going to say anything? Okay. Well, we just got back, so that was a nice little ride. We made a nice loop down to Animals, and then we came back up to the railroad grade and went through Lakewood, and then we gassed up in Townsend and made a little stop for a couple of groceries, and now we're back at the cabin. And it was about 2.5 hours, so a nice little ride today. It's kind of dusty, but that's okay. It's to be expected. Other than that, it was a good time. Right? Yep, my grandson is nodding his head yes, so he had a good time. That's great. So thanks for coming along, and spend some time outdoors.
Oh, hello again. Goodbye. I guess I'm the one that's doing the outro. Maybe he has an outro. I don't know, but I guess I'm doing the outro today. Goodbye.